What would we be without the queens? I mean, imagine the strongest continent in the world is Africa, and it's not called Papa Africa. Papa Africa doesn't even sound nice. I'm from Papa Africa. It's called Mama Africa. I always say this all the time. When a dog is chasing you or you are scared, you don't say Papa. You say Mama. It's the original feeling of emotion. It's the first place of comfort. You are incubators. You are life bringers. You are everything. You are queens. Now, today's episode is so special, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Vaseline. I'm shining. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, to all our viewers back at home, Rendani Chibura, aka Rendi, your number one MC, and welcome to another exciting and brand new episode of Next Gen Plumbing. Now, for those who don't know, this is my tagline, and this is for you, the queens. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yes, man. Today's episode is so special. I've got queens. I feel so special because, you know what, when you're surrounded by queens, you know, it's not going to be good. It's going to be great. Because good doesn't exist when you understand great. Now, I have to start with our guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'll start with our first guest. She's an entrepreneur. She's in business. She's a mentor. She's plugged in so many people within the plumbing industry. She's the owner and worker of, now listen to this brand. It's very specific. The Plumbing Lady. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to introduce to you the one and only Ronell Pagel. You
got it right.
I don't want to say much because earlier I was going to say something different, yeah?
Yes.
But let's stick it on Pagel. Ronell, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence. It's an absolute honor to be engaging you. Thank you.
Thank you very much
All
for
right.
having me.
Now, Ronell's not the only person here. Ladies and gentlemen, Allah. Hey, if I have to go into this profile, the episode's going to be very long, all right? So I want to summarize it this way. I've worked with this queen as well, and I've been blessed to see how much she impacts the industry, and not just from a plumbing side, but from a leadership perspective. She's also into entrepreneurship. She's the deputy president of the South African Women in Plumbing and Trades. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you, not just by her name, but by her formal academic title, Dr. Kile Mteto. Kile, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. And how are you, Randy?
I'm very well. We finally have you here.
Hallelujah.
Hey, Kile, it's very tough to get. You're so busy, you know? So I'm so happy that you're both here. And like I said, today's going to be a conversation. And we should never speak about women in plumbing just in August. It should be an everyday normal conversation. But this is where we kickstart it, all right?
All right.
Maybe let me start with Auskele. Auskele, you could have chosen to be anything you wanted to be. And you've proven that your academics have, you have got a clear caliber.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know that, you are the deputy president of South African Women in Trades and plumbing specifically, South African Women in Plumbing and Trades. And what got you onto this journey? Let's speak about you. Let's tell the people who you are.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a very, very tall one. When somebody starts asking me who am I, especially when you're above the 5th floor.
Come on.
Like you said, it cannot take the whole day.
Yeah.
But if I were to just summarize, Kile Mteto is just an ordinary girl from the township.
Come on.
And that has evolved over time and over the years. I am the eldest of the 6 kids, and I was born and bred in Soweto. I'm a mother of 3. I've got 2 girls, and my nephew that I'm raising, that's my son.
Yeah.
And I am happily married.
Come on. I know Timer. I know him very well as well. A big shout out to you as well, Timer. Yeah.
Yes, but in terms of professionalism, my list goes on. But just to answer your question directly, what brought me into the space of plumbing, what brought me into the space of trades, what brought me into the space of construction? It was exactly what we started talking about, the issues of discrimination and that ceiling that has been put out there for women.
Yes.
As a young girl, I've always wanted to do things that somebody says I cannot be able to do.
Come on.
And this industry that I found myself in, which is construction, was one of those areas that I had to really prove myself that I can be able to do anything and everything that any man can be able to do without me having to lose my femininity. And I still maintain to be a feminine person that I am even today in this space.
Come on. I love that. What a beautiful journey. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that you come from the township. You're proud, you know? And look at how evolved you. You should get your roses. You know what we say? We say dust your shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Ronell, I also want people to understand who you are. You know, let people understand where you come from and what got you into this trade. You know, you are a licensed PRB plumber. You're not just a so-called plumber. There's some people who unblock drains with the hose pipe and all of a sudden they're plumbers, you know?
No.
And you went through, you did your trade test. Yes. You got your qualification. You went through the induction of standards. Then you were licensed. You issued the PRB COC. And you're an entrepreneur. But where did it all begin?
Well, I was born in Mteto.
Yeah, Ted?
Yes.
Okay.
And went to school in Indwe, or in the Eastern Cape.
Yes.
At a certain stage, I did, you will not believe it, a medical secretarial course in Cape Town.
Come on now. Okay. Come on, Ronell.
Then I moved to Pretoria.
Yes.
I also have 3 kids, 1 daughter and 2 sons.
Yes.
I'm also happily married.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
Love does exist.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
32 years.
Come on. Yes.
But about, when was it? In 2009, I had plumbers at my house working, and they just didn't do the job.
They made a mess.
They made a mess. That's saying it nice.
Yeah.
And that evening I told my husband, I'm sure I can do a better job than these two. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I went for the course. Then Romeo started working with me.
Come on. I see Romeo is here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We see you, Romeo.
And it was just me and Romeo.
Yeah. Yeah. And the journey.
And the journey, now we've got 3 teams.
Come on.
We've got 2 electrical and gas teams.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on. Let's not be modest about that. That is great. Yeah.
But I must say, if it wasn't for my husband,
Yeah.
it would have been me and Romeo.
Come on.
Romeo and
Shut
Juliet.
Lots less stress.
Yeah. I love that. That. But the journey has been beautiful nonetheless.
Yes, it has
and
been.
you've gained so much knowledge.
Yes.
You know what I have to say to both of you? You are leaders. You need to understand what a leader is. And I'm sure you have a brief understanding of it. You are a woman of influence. You are impacting, you're planting seeds. You have laid a path for the next generation. And I think it's very important that we highlight that to our viewers back at home. You know, one thing about plumbers or people in the plumbing industry, they're very modest about their journey and how great they are. You know, and it's very important that we highlight it so that we can create role models so that young people who are watching now can know that, listen, I can be just like them. All right. But let's get into the discussion even further.
Yeah.
Kile, let's talk about South African women in plumbing and trades. Tell us about the organization. Before you even get there, I know that I got to experience something beautiful with them. I must tell you, Ronell, I went to the Northern Cape, Kimberley, and, you know, they had such a beautiful project. They've been doing it for months, where they've been empowering young people, ladies, as well as gentlemen. As much as South African women in plumbing and trades is more orientated on the queens, but they endorse them with entrepreneurship skills. They endorse them with brands and companies that are registered. They gave them life. So I've already touched on one project.
Yes.
I think we need to understand a bit broader about South African women in plumbing and trades. Talk to us.
Okay. Once again, thank you so much for the invite. And yes, I am the Deputy President of the South African Women in Plumbing and Trades, and proudly so.
Come on.
We are an organization that was established around 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So we're quite fairly new in this space, but the impact that we've made is quite phenomenal.
Yes.
And we give God the glory for
Amen.
that grace that we have got up to so far. So what does the South African Women in Plumbing and Trades do? We are more of an advocacy group. And we started off in the plumbing sector because we realized that when you're looking at plumbing, the face of plumbing is still men. The face of plumbing, everything that has got to do with plumbing is actually men. But we also realized that it's not just in plumbing, it's all the trades. Anything artisanally speaking has got the face of
A male figure, yeah.
and we've had to change that. And realistically speaking, we thought, what is it that we can be able to do to change the perception, but also to change the life of a young girl who's still in school, who's choosing careers?
Yes.
When you're looking at the South African context, post-1994, there was an opportunity for every second child to be able to go to university.
Yes.
And today we're stuck up with a lot of graduates that are unemployed.
100%.
Meanwhile, on the other hand, which is the infrastructure space that is supposed to be propelling and creating an enabling environment for any form of business to thrive, because there's no business that will ever thrive unless there is proper infrastructure
100%.
that is in place. So we failed to look at what does the economy need, and how do we create the career paths or the skills that are going to be required to be able to boost the economy. Because it's one thing to have an economy and have all the dreams and all your visions, but you do not have people that will be able to make that kind of a dream to become reality.
Come on.
And how do we realize is to ensure that whatever skills maybe are required, we start creating them from a young age.
Yes.
Now, in this context, I'm saying we need to raise our girl children to know that they've got no limits.
Yeah.
They cannot just think of themselves working in an office. You can be able to make a difference being an electrician. You can be able to make your a life for yourself being a plumber. You can be able to make yourself being a car mechanic, by the way.
There we go.
And very interestingly, I'm coming across very interesting careers that I did not even know that they do exist. I mean, you find women that are doing fitting and turning, boiler making. I'm
Come
thinking,
on.
wow, the last person that I knew that was doing boiler making was my dad.
Yes.
And actually, for me to even end up in this space, it was a matter of saying when I passed my matric, I got my exemption, but then I wanted to go and study medicine. Interestingly.
Yeah.
And my dad said he does not have money.
Yeah.
So I had to take a gap year that I was not prepared for, even though my results at the time were quite good. And all I needed was only 800 rands for me to go and register at Medunsa, and then I would be able to qualify for a bursary.
Yeah.
Now, what irritated me the most was the fact that the gentlemen or the boys that I was in the same class with that have got top marks that are better than theirs were actually able to get into your SOEs like your Transnet, your East Coast.
Yes.
And they were allowed to go and study there. So they did their apprenticeship and they studied. So while I was sitting at home, they were busy
They're already
continuing.
going.
Meanwhile, my marks were better than their marks. And the reason why I could not get this because I was told that I'm a girl. And these were job created and reserved for boys.
Yeah.
What year was that?
There we go.
1989.
Okay.
Woo.
1989, it was that past, you know.
Yes.
So when I got an opportunity to find myself in this space, I thought, no, man, there can be something that we can be able to do. And how do we empower through trades as women in the plumbing, in the trade space? So we said, okay, fine. We can look at having women coming on board by ensuring that the trade space remains feminine.
Yes.
So in other words, I don't have to look like a man and be butchy and macho and all of that. I can still be able to do what needs to be done
100%.
the way that I can be able to do. But the best part is that when you are doing the trades, it's not just the trades that get to be done, but it's also the business management side of
Yes,
things,
the
which is
soft
mostly
skills.
lacking
Yes.
in most of the case. So this is also where women, when they come in, they put in that flavor, they put in that finesse. Because women are people of detail. Women are people
Come
that
on
are
now.
organized. Women are better managers.
Ronell, did you hear the words you use?
Of course.
Finesse.
The
Yeah.
finesse, yes. So there's nothing wrong with me wearing my lipstick and wearing my weave.
There we go.
And wearing my hard hat
There
if
we
I've got to
go.
wear my hard hat. And nowadays, we're also even designing uniforms
Yes.
that are looking good for women that have got the shape of woman.
Come on now.
Because when a woman feels good, a woman performs.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. So the trainings that we've been able to do so far, we've been in partner. We've done quite a lot of partnerships.
Yes.
We've been in partnership with the Alan Gray, partnership with Old Mutual, we've done something with the NCCC, we've done something with the EWCTA, we've also done something with the Momentum, where we're looking at the catalyst.
Yes.
So we've got 3 programs that we've designed. The first one is the one that we say is for people that have just completed their studies,
Yes.
and they're sitting there standing on the streets with a board that says, I'm a plumber.
100%.
Now the question is, if you can be able to work with your hands, why must you go to bed hunger?
100%.
And the reason is because people do not understand that they can be able to learn the business skills over and above being the technocrats. You understand the technical side, but you also need to understand the business side. And then the other program that we have was specifically for women, that we're saying that we've got women, like we've got Ronell here, that are part of the construction space, that are part of the industry. And some of them are just new in the space. They don't know, they understand the ins and outs.
Yes.
So we teach them how to do business and how to maximize on business.
Right.
Simply saying that we are also looking at the fact that when you're looking at the history of our country, we've got a lot of people that are in the construction space even today, but you don't find a lot of them that are specializing in their trades, being able to create sustainable businesses that can become multi-generational.
That's true.
But when you're looking at our white counterparts, they actually have got a lot of multi-generational kind of businesses that they can be able to do. So we're thinking it can be done in this space.
I love
Then lastly, we're also looking at issues of mentorship. And we're saying somebody might have done the business, now you are moving, but now you feel like you need to move beyond maybe the borders of South Africa, or maybe even beyond the little
wanna
shop.
expand.
So you want to expand,
Yes.
and then we are able to support people in those kinds of projects.
I love that. Now, for anyone who had any doubt about what South African women in plumbing and trades is, now you know. You know? Now you know.
That's good.
And Ronell, I want to put you in the discussion as well.
Dear.
Let's talk. Let's talk about the plumbing lady. Your business. As a queen in the industry, tell us a bit about the plumbing lady.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Oh, let's talk about your company.
Yeah.
When did it start? What is it about? What inspired you to start that company? I know how you got into the business. I mean, the trade.
Yes.
Someone came in your house and made a mess.
Yes.
All right. But now let's talk. You're like, okay, I'm going to take this further. Besides just knowing the skill, I'm going to open a company. You're mentoring young people as well. So let's talk about the plumbing lady.
The plumbing lady started actually because when I finished my training, I phoned many plumbers.
Yes.
Say, I will drive with you on the back of your bakkie.
Yes.
I don't have to sit in front because I'm a woman.
Come on.
And you don't have to pay me.
Come on.
Because I didn't have the physical
Stature. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's why I then started with Romeo.
Yes.
And I will never forget the first morning we went out on a job. My friend phoned me and wished me luck.
Come on.
And I said, well, as long as I make enough money to pay Romeo,
There we go.
that is all I want.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You know what's so amazing about your story? And I want to jump onto this, and it's for both of you. I don't want to romanticize things. I don't want to put strawberries and ice cream here. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty. You face so many challenges. Where you got your first job or the jobs that followed.
Yes.
I'm sure the challenges where people are like, okay, where's the plumber?
Yeah. A lot of
Are
the
you the
times.
plumber?
Yeah, where's the guy?
Where's the guy?
I need to speak to the guy.
You're gonna hold this geezer. Are you gonna mop in the roof? Are you sure you're not gonna get hurt? What were some of the challenges that you faced, especially as someone who's been hands-on? And how did it make you feel?
The challenges, it was men being, what's the right word? Sexist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stereotype.
The stereotype.
Patriarchy that we are the men.
Yeah. And they didn't believe I can do the hard plumbing work,
Yes.
put the geyser in,
Yes.
do all of that.
Yes.
They always said, oh, are you going to, that's now other plumbers.
Yes. Yes. Let's talk about them.
Well, at the shop where I buy my stock, this old man said, oh, are you going to fix the auntie's taps today? Not having respect for me as a woman.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And I think it's a message it has to start within our industry. You see, if the men in our industry are more receptive and understanding that this industry is not just for them, it will have a ripple effect on the customers, the homeowners, and all of that. Because we need to understand that times have changed and they should have changed a long time ago. And then that's why I'm going to use words like you are pioneers, you are leaders, you have not just broken the stereotype, you are living. It's one thing talking and fighting and advocating, but you are doing it. You've got your own company. She's a business queen who's teaching soft skills, which are important. You must remember, it's one thing knowing how to do the job, but if you can't invoice, if you can't quote, if you don't know that there's a call-out fee, that's your petrol. It's such an important part that young women understand that you're not just going to come into this industry and be a technical person. You're going to be an entrepreneur. You're a business person. And that's why I think, Kile, maybe let's talk about the challenges you faced as well.
Okay.
Let's touch on that.
All right. Maybe the one part that I also did not mention is the fact that I am a contractor.
There we go.
I am in the construction space and I've been there for almost 25 years. Now, I think having also mentioned or that I've already been experienced in terms of the stereotype when I was excluded because I was a girl from a particular training. So when I did the turnaround and I thought, okay, fine, this time around I'll go into being the boss lady.
Come on.
And create the business myself.
I said Ronell is smiling. She's
yes, like, yes. So you can't plug me off everywhere. You can't stop me. Yeah. If stop me here, I will arise on the other side. Yes. Now, when I am the boss lady, I'm the one that is paying your salary. Okay? So I'm the one that will go out there and get the job for you. Because if I don't get the job for you, then you remain unemployed.
100%.
You see the difference.
100%.
And and I also entered at the time when the country was going through transformation. There was a number of opportunities that were available for women. And I also had to learn from myself that, first of all, after my matric, I ended up studying nursing. So that's why I was smiling when you talk about your medical course. So I became a nurse, and then I went to work in the corporate space, and then I studied HR, human resources, and I also studied a number of business skills. I also did education, training, and development. And it's interesting that all of these now have molded me to become this person that I am.
Yes.
So as it is, even when somebody was trying to show me issues or attitude of stereotype, I'm already geared and empowered to deal with you. So the first thing that I had to do was to become smart.
There we go.
Because that's the difference between men and women. Men are very authoritative, but women are very influential.
Come on.
So I had to use my influence for me to be able to get into the space and have the men with their authority who are plumbers to do what me with my influence tell them to do.
It's a combination.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a combination.
So it had to become a combination of a give and take. And even in the construction space, there's still that problem. You get to be appointed, you've got to work, you've got to come and start doing the work, and you do your site handover, and the first thing that even the engineers are looking at who is the contractor. And you're working in there and they see you and they're saying, okay, are you guys here? And you say, I am here. Who's my guys? I'm not my guy.
It's me.
It's me.
I'm the boss.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also when men start doing their work, like for instance, you'll be building a house, or you're building a number of houses and units and all of that, and you need plumbers, you need electricians and all of that stuff. So it became quite more critical for me to understand what is it that they do so that I don't get to be overly charged. Yes. And I don't get to find myself having the mess that Ronell is referring to. Yes. So I invested in training and doing my short courses, electrical, plumbing, and all of that. But also, having studied science at high school also assisted a great deal because I was able to understand the concept. When somebody talks about the gradient, when somebody talks about the diameter and all of those things. So the jargon was there. Yes, so the jargon was there, then it was easy for me to actually understand. I wanted to go and do the trade test, net that died there. Just because somebody said to me, I'm not a woman. I'm just a woman, so I can't be able to do this thing. But I decided otherwise. Yeah. And I also thought to myself that, yes, much as we are in the plumbing space, in the trade space, there are some people that need to specialize as the technocrats, and there are people that need to specialize as the business people. Yes. And when we are working together collaboratively, then then you are able to deliver the project. But trust you me, you still, even today, 25 years later,
Yes.
you're still being looked at like you're not going to know what you're supposed
But
to
it's
do.
going to change. It's already shifting.
It is.
It's already
It
shifting,
is.
and it's because of people like yourself.
Yes.
I have to mention something, powerful about Ronell. She doesn't just run the business.
Yes.
She also empowers. All right. She works with apprenticeships, young appies, And I must. Let's show that.
Yeah.
Today I'm breaking the rules, Sammy. If I get fired for this, I'll be fired for a good cause. Okay. I want to call up one of your apprentices. Okay. In fact, who has been an appy.
Yeah.
She didn't just train and mentor while she was studying at Blue Lever.
Yes.
All right. She said, come learn the skills. Let me show you how it's going to work.
Practical side.
The practical side. And
Wonderful.
obviously, she's seeing how the business operates.
Yeah.
So, with your permission, may I
course.
please call her Precious Masiapata? Did I say it right? Precious, come here. Come here. Don't be shy. We're breaking the rules today. I want you to stand right next to Ronell, all right? Today, Sammy's going to kill me after the show, but it's fine, all right? The reason why I want to do this, Kile, and it's important for people to know we don't just talk.
Yes.
There is something happening, and it's very progressive. Pressure, maybe speak into the mic. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. How are you?
Are you well?
Yeah.
You made me happy because you greeted me in Venda when you got here. You know,
Yeah.
you're going to get a tender. So, Press, let's talk about you. And I know you let's give her flowers. You were in Blue Lever as a student, you're an alumni. You were an appy with Ronell through obviously the Lady
Yes.
Plumber, all right? And how has that been, and how has she impacted your life, woman to woman? Give her flowers today. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like as a female apprentice, firstly, that is doing plumbing, which we know it's not a female-dominated industry, but now that stereotype is changing. So for me, like it was hard at first, but then seeing that I'm working in a company that it's owned by a woman, it actually became lightly for me. So like I felt comfortable working there and also knowing that there's someone that will support me.
Who's like a mom
So,
as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So whatever challenges that I face, like what she said in the plumbing or plumbing,
Yeah.
there was do you know even how to hold a bobejan or a gas player?
Yeah.
So some things you don't take them to heart because you know that your work always speaks for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's one person that motivated me because she's a female plumber, and that's what I'm pushing myself to become, which is why now I'm even licensed.
Let me do this,
Congratulations.
Congratulations. She's licensed, just by the way. She's a licensed PRB plumber.
And she's pretty too.
And she's
Of
pretty.
course.
I want to give this, Kile, Ronell, my grandmother taught me, my late grandmother, she's like, people never get their flowers while they can still smell them.
Yeah.
We always say the nice things when we're going back to the ground. What would you want to tell her today? What message do you want to tell her? Something you've always wanted to tell her. I want to give you that platform today. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Something I want to tell her. Well, Ronell, for the past 3 or 4 years, I've been working with you. I appreciate for the opportunity that you gave me, the training that I got from you. So like right now I am confident with the work that I do because of you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am. Maybe I wouldn't even be licensed if it wasn't for the plumbing lady. So I appreciate that.
Come on.
Thank
There
you.
we go. There we go. You guys are going to make me cry. This is a very tough one today.
Oh, she also wants to breathe.
Please, Ronell.
What I want to say,
Yes.
we have had many apprentices, and then after the first year or first few months, you can see all they want is a job.
Yeah.
There's no passion.
Yeah.
And Precious, I saw the passion
Come on.
in her.
Hey, come on.
That's your flowers.
There we go. Oh my goodness. I think personally this is my favorite episode since we've started doing this. And I'm not just saying that. For me, I didn't even think it's an interview. What a beautiful discussion. And I hope you viewers back at home can resonate with what's being shared. Really, to the queens back then, we know that you've been segregated. We know that you've been cut out. But you know what? Quality always finds its way up.
True.
And you are quality. The plumbing industry is here. Once again, have a passion. You have a gift.
Yeah.
You're born with a purpose.
Yes.
There's a destiny for you.
Yes.
And if it has to do with plumbing, trust me. Remember, we are part of an industry that transports the most valuable commodity on earth, which is
Life.
water. More valuable than diamonds and gold. Even diamonds and golds need this to become valuable. I might as well let's have a cheers moment. And to those, that's it. I had to put some life in me. To those who are watching, once again, what a special episode. I want to thank you, queens, for being leaders, for standing up, ignoring the noise, because we know it's not easy. To the gentlemen back at home, if you're not willing to understand that the queens are part of our industry, not just as a small percentage, but significantly, then you're missing the bus because we're moving. All right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And let me also give a shout out to the men that are out there, because there are good men in the industry. There are men that are out there that are saying, come, let me hold your hand, let me support you, let me guide you, let me show you how things are done. So it's not all doom and gloom, but yay, we've got men that know that when you've got your woman by your side, you go first.
Just for you to say that Ronell mentioned the name earlier. Romeo, come and join us. I'm already getting fired for this episode. You know what? I might as well break the news. Romeo, come and join us. Ronell did mention that you were there with her from the beginning.
Yes.
And anything you want to share with her as well? Maybe just to say whatever it is. Please also speak in the mic, yes.
I just want to share with Ronald that she is a patient woman. She is my mother. She supported me as from the beginning until now. I always support her until she got me like that.
Come on, Romeo.
Okay.
You guys are going to make me cry today. I know we need to wrap this one up. Ronald, you want to share one more thing to Romeo, baby? We need to wrap this episode up because it's getting hectic. My emotions can feel it.
Yeah.
But please, to our viewers back at home, make sure you watch and enjoy this episode. I'm going to put it on repeat. And I'm glad it's forever.
Okay.
You know, it's going to be there forever. For the next generation, they'll get to watch this episode and they're going to see that you have planted seeds that have a long-lasting legacy. Look at the smiles that are here. And there's so many smiles around South Africa.
And the
as
lives
well.
that are being changed.
And the lives that are being changed.
Yeah.
I am wrapping this one up. I've got diamonds in my eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this amazing episode of Next Gen Plumbing. Remember, touch base with us on our social media at PIRBSA. That's Facebook, Instagram, and X. On YouTube, you know, Plumbing Industry Registration Board. What do they say? Like, follow, subscribe, click that notification button. But from my side, you are queens. You're a king. Happy Women's Month to everyone watching this. It's not just in August. We celebrate you every day, queens. We would not be here without you. The strongest piece on a chessboard is not the king. It's the queen. You gotta love it. She can move. And she moves anywhere. Netina Langa de Rendani Chibura, a.k.a. Rendani, your number one MC. Thank you for an amazing episode. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Happy Women's Month. Yes, man.